What's going on, everybody? It's your man Rusty Blade here at Smoky Studios. And to the right of me, not only do I have a guest who gets down on the MCing side, but I also got a military vet. So without ado, I gotta salute that, because like I told him, without what he do, we wouldn't be doing this right now. So to all my veterans out there, man, we definitely support you, and we support the struggle out there. So support the troops, man. But man, what's going on, SQoot?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, it's good to see you. Good to be here, man. Glad you're here with us. Now, we was talking about how you served in the military, and that also helped bring out your music, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. I actually started in Iraq. I was 19 years old. My buddy of mine, on our downtime, he'll bring his computer in. We'll sit down, and I just freestyle. He'd be like, hey, man, why don't you try to learn how to count bars and, write hooks? And I was like, okay, I never wrote a hook before. So I was like, okay, let me give this a try. And then from there, I just kept going at it, and then realized, like, hey, this is something I'm good at. So from there, I just kept going and kept moving. And once I got out, I'm here,
Now, do any of those experiences help with the writing of your music?
Yeah, it does. Actually, it plays a big part, because without those experiences, I wouldn't be able to open my mind up to other, thoughts, other perceptions, and, other ways of thinking, not being open-minded. I think that played a big part, because at one point, I was in a point where I was struggling, coming from a kid from Chicago, and then going to a point where I signed up to join the military, and I was in a lower point because I was the lowest ranked. I signed up for something that I didn't know I was signing up for, sent somewhere where I knew I was going, but I didn't know the job, and the job was front lines in the infantry. So because I put myself in those circumstances, not knowing what I was doing, it kind of grew me to really start reading, start educating myself, and really start understanding how people are. You know what I'm saying? Really understanding humility and understanding, like, what my main purpose in life is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to put on a uniform. It's easy to go out on the streets, get dressed, stuff like that. But it's hard to make sacrifices that you don't know what you're really sacrificing for. Everything is really based on what the media says it is, but in reality, it's really what you make of it. It's your perception of it. And my perception of the military was I had to get myself started somewhere, because I come from nothing. And I came from nothing to being where I'm at today. And I got a bigger mindset and a better mindset to where I want to go, and I have a better direction now. And that thing gave me direction. That's what SQoot is.
Dope. Now, you said during the downtime, that's when you started learning how to rhyme and got the confidence to do so. So let's talk about the project Mercenary Resurrected. Now, obviously, that brings a part into your military background. Now, what made you say that I want to put this project together?
The biggest thing, like, as far as this project goes, what made me say I want to put it together was that I kind of like lost part of who I really was when I started rapping, because I was trying to do what everybody else was doing. Instead of staying true to myself, I was trying to just make hit singles and say, well, let me do this, let me do that, let me go in here, let me do this. And I say, you know what? That's not who I am. I say I can't rap about something that I don't do. I can't rap about a life that I don't live. I got to be honest with myself. And that's the biggest thing. I stay honest with myself, and a lot of dark things came out on this project. A lot of dark things. And I look back today and I say, you know what? I know where I was when I recorded this. I can actually have a specific date, time, the smell, what I saw today when I recorded, when I was writing it, how I felt. I know exactly how I felt when I wrote it and when I was performing it and when I recorded it. And the process was struggle. The struggle was. And even with the little money I had, I put it together and said, you know what, let me go ahead and do this. This is how I feel right now. I need to get this out. So Mercenary Resurrected is what came out of it. It's the rebirth of me, saying that I'm gonna get rid of this old way of thinking, of this whole, well, I'm gonna be a victim, or I'm this and I'm that. That's obsolete now. I came to the conclusion that I had to be more than what I was. I had to be SQoot the man, then SQoot the kid that got in trouble. SQoot the man is a man that's going to do what he wants to do and accomplish the things he want to accomplish. And that's what Mercenary Resurrected is about accomplishing things that you thought you could never accomplish in your life.
Now, who did the production on the mixtape?
Okay, you guys may know him. Paris Bueller.
Shout out Bueller. Bueller's definitely been here.
Bandcamp. I got Rocksteady, the guy that made This Say What You Want. With Bueller and stuff like that. Who else? Mainly Bueller, mainly Paris Bueller. Like, I worked with him for the whole summer 2000. 2000. I forgot how long it was ago, but it was a while ago. We worked the whole summer, and actually the funny thing is, I was leaving the VA when I actually started recording this project, and they denied me of my benefits. So I was like, what the fuck? I was like upset. So I came in, I said, you know what? Bueller paid me some beats. I say, hey man, let me do this. Let me get this one. You know, I just like, let me get that. Let me do this. And then right then and there, I just started working on it, and it came out with this. You know, Mercenary Resurrected. Available at SQootsme.com, which is SQootsme.com. Mixtape.
No doubt. Now, do you have the whole album to yourself, or do you have any features?
I do have features. I do have Paris Bueller on here called, it's a song called Maneuver with Paris Bueller. I have, I think Paris Bueller is the only feature on here because I wanted to keep it authentic and keep it to the people that actually really had a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to work with someone that, at the time, I didn't want to work with anyone that didn't know me as an artist and know me as a person. You know what I'm saying? That can match my aggressive, because the CD is very aggressive. There's a lot of aggressive things on it. And at the moment, Maneuver was a song that I wrote because I know I move a certain way and some people can't understand the way I move. You know, so Maneuver is like a metaphor to just let me be free. You know, I'm gonna be great regardless of what I do. Just let me be great. You know, like, just watch me. And if you can't watch me, catch up with me if you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, catch me if you can, because I don't believe in sitting in one spot. And that's what Maneuver's about. That's what Mercenary Resurrected is about. Moving around and doing what you can do and being accomplished and be able to accomplish the things that you were never able to do at one point.
Now, you also have a single out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, the song is called What It Is. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, pretty much everywhere, every online store. It's available there. You know, it's a good song. It's a song that actually I wrote from a perspective from a person trying to I was actually in a transition phase of my life where I got out the military. I retired out the military honorably, and I had to deal with the life of trying to transition to being a regular person again, being a regular civilian. And it's kind of tough because, you know, I got so used to bombs blowing up around me and people shooting at me, and I'm, you know, going in buildings and stuff like that, and, you know, whatever. And to come back here, and then there's a label on me because I'm a veteran, and it's not all of them not so good, but all of them not so bad either. But at the same time, it was a transition I went through where I was dealing with everyday struggles of just living a regular life. You know, it's hard for a lot of people, especially a lot of veterans, to come back from combat when they've been, you know, brainwashed to believe in something totally different than what they was brought up to believe in, and then come back and say, hey, get a job, do this, do that, and you're just unknown. And then the thing that's going around in Chicago at the time, you had a lot of drill stuff going on. You had a lot of murders, shootings, and stuff like that my children was exposed to, and I didn't want that for my children. So I wrote the song "What It Is" because I was pretty much stating how I felt about the whole situation of why we can't just do business and just be happy. You know, that's what it is. That's really about transitioning from, you know, a messed up situation to being in a better situation. You know, the song "What It Is" really stating what's going on in Chicago from my perception, from how I see it, and from how I see it is definitely what it is. And that's why it's called What It Is, because what I'm seeing is definitely happening. It's definitely going on today. It's probably going on outside right now. We just don't see it because we're doing this interview. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stating the facts of what's going on. Even how I feel. How I feel, some people may feel a little differently about it, but it's just how I feel. It's my perception. That's my artistry. And I have every right to feel the way I feel about it.
Well, definitely. That's the whole point when you create music. Music is an emotion. So sometimes you let that emotion out and it comes in a raw form. And whatever form it is, we be happy with it. And we like if other people, you know, like it. You know what I'm saying? So where can the people find you on social media to go support SQoot and everything he's doing?
SQoot is at SQooty1, which is at SQooty1 at Instagram, Twitter. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. It's at Street Militia Entertainment at Facebook. I'm at SoundCloud at Dorrell CS. It's DORRELLCS, and you can get all my music there. Also, you go on my website, which is SQootsme.com. You got merchandise and everything. You got the single "What It Is," the mixtapes on there. It's SQootsme.com. Be there, be square, you know.
The homeboy SQoot. Salute you, brother. Rusty Blade, Urban Grind TV. We out.
This is SQoot, and you are now watching Urban Grind TV. Holla at your boy.